Hi, and welcome back to another episode of The Spin with me, your host, Joe Royland. Today on the show, I'm going to be featuring the return of somebody we featured way back on the show back in 2013. Chill it out a little bit, but first off, a little bit of thanks to all you Muse fans out there, because last week's episode was just super successful. Apparently, a lot of you people like Muse. But getting back to who we're talking about today, that would be the return of Matt Pond, PA, and their new album, The State of Gold. Since we featured them on the show here before, I'm not going to go super duper into their history, but I'll give you the Reader's Digest, abridged version. Basically, the band is a New York-based band formed originally in Philadelphia, hence the PA part of the name, by singer-songwriter Matt Pond back in the late 90s. Over the years, the group has had a loose collective of shifting members, featuring people that come and go, play on this album, play on that album, different people come in. But the one mainstay, along from Matt Pond, being guitarist Chris Hansen, who also co-produced and engineered this album along with Matt Pond. And just a little side note, some of this album was recorded right here in Maine, Calais, Maine, to be specific, which was made mention of in the liner notes. I thought that was pretty cool. I wasn't aware of that before, but I'm way down here in southern Maine, and Calais is way up there. It's like 3 or 5 hours, at least 5 hours, I think, from here. It's way up on the Canadian border, but I have friends from there, so that's cool. The State of Gold is the band's 10th studio album, following a string of also lots of EPs and singles that the group have put out over the years, and it's their first since 2013's excellent The Lives Inside the Lines in Your Hand, which was the record we read back in 2013. Back then, though, that album was credited to just Matt Pond. He kind of dropped the PA from his name. At the time, he was saying that it was just because, well, you know, we're in New York now, we're not really a Pennsylvania band, and whatever, and they just decided to drop PA from his name. But gone back to it for whatever reason, I don't know, it doesn't really matter, because it's the same awesome music from the same people, so what difference does it make? This album marks a bit of a change in the band's normal chamber pop style. It's a much more lush, polished affair, with layers of acoustic and electric guitars, 80s style synths, and a lot of vocals, particularly female vocals. We'll get to that a bit more in a minute. It was kind of a slow burn grower for me. It wasn't as immediate to me as some of the group's other work has been, particularly like the last album I mentioned, or Emblems, and you know, just lots of great records to the band, so I like all of them anyway. But State of Gold follows a loose concept of overcoming the impossible, which includes the obstacles we often tend to place in our own path, as well as the ones that life throws at us. And it's a good record overall. It opens with the track that you're hearing right now, which is More No More, which features some of those co-harmony female vocals, especially in the choruses I was mentioning, as does Second to Last a Second, which is another favorite of mine. And those vocals are provided by Laura Burhan, Laura Stevenson, and Lauren Miller. That must have gotten really confusing in the studio. I don't know who's singing on which track, because it doesn't really specify who's doing which one. But great stuff. More so than I've noticed on the Matt Pond PA album before in the past. It's kind of cool. Some of my other favorite songs on the album, Take Me With You, which is set upon kind of an 80s style shimmering keyboards. And much like the rest of this album, it is a perfect soundtrack to a leisurely sunny drive. And if you want just a great record to just kind of chill out and kick back to on a sunny day, sunny summer day particularly, State of Gold's your record, my friend. Some of my other favorites on the album also include The Starting Line, if I didn't say that already, as well as the dueling title tracks, The State of Gold Part 1, which appears about midway through the album as more of a laid-back tune like the one you just heard, and State of Gold Part 2, which is one of the album's more upbeat tracks and appears towards the end of the album, as well as the song Don't Look Down, which is another one of the album's more upbeat tracks, and the song that's coming on right about now, There Were Times, but great record. Nice return to form from Matt Pond, PA. Glad these guys are still continuing to put out excellent music. They had to overcome a lot of difficulties last year, including having all of their gear stolen from them, which is totally uncool. But glad they were able to overcome their obstacles and put out yet another awesome album. Matt Pond, PA. Go out and get it. It's in stores now and available online as well. That is the show this week. Tune in next week where we'll have something else super groovy and cool for you. Tune in to find out what it's going to be, and hopefully you're also catching my friend Scott at Race's Final, as well as the riff of the day, guys, and we will catch you next time on Sit and Spin. See you then.